Hello, my fellow Bahamians. This is Charlotte Green, National Chairman for the Coalition of Independents and the candidate for the Carmichael constituency. My fellow Bahamians, Nassau's flooding crisis is not only the result of poor drainage, it is the product of deliberate destruction of our natural environment. Natural swamps are being filled in without proper engineering. Mangroves, which serves as storm shields, are being bulldozed. Hills have been leveled. Ocean barriers destroyed for profit-driven development. And even one of our largest trees, like the one on Paradise Island, are sacrificed without the thought of the consequences. Meanwhile, the drains that should protect our communities are neglected, clogged, and poorly managed. And where is the leadership? Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis travels the world, championing climate change and calling for global action. Yet at home, he has done nothing meaningful to prepare our islands for rising tides, stronger storms, or environmental collapse. What has he put in place? What real plan exists to protect Bahamians from what we all know is coming? The world. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. I can't hear you. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Happy Sunday to you all. Our live is being aired from Dignity Gardens in the Golden Isles constituency.
Yes.
We are here with our candidate, Mr. Brian Roll. And we are definitely rolling with Roll in this coming election. So, ladies and gentlemen, this week has been an amazing week. Do we remember what Friday, October the 31st was about? I just want to say before we get started, once again, thank you to all of our members and our supporters who came out and supported Mr. Brian Roll and the Coalition of Independents Party at large on nomination day. We are still hearing about this. Y'all did an awesome job supporting. I appreciate you for everything that you have done and everything that you are about to do. Listen, we are speaking victory because the Coalition of Independents has already won. And what we are doing right now, we are just going through the process, ladies and gentlemen. So my job tonight, now I am going to talk about our agenda leading up to by-election. So I want you to keep these dates with you. Now keep in mind that things tend to change. You know, Coalition of Independents is an everyday revolving door. Our organization continues to grow as we continue moving forward. Today, our men were out putting up the signs. They started from early this morning and they just got off. So I just want to say thank you to our Men Alliance. Thank you to our males in the organization. You are doing an outstanding job. Thank you very much. We got to pray. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen.
This is a TV show. It's a live show, not an event. But since they want to pray, they got some very good churchy people here on a Sunday. So let's call someone up to pray to open us up.
All right, so Miss Butler, if you are here, can you please open us up in a word of prayer? Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Father God, we come in the name of Jesus. Lord, we give you thanks and we give you praise. We honor you, God, tonight because there is victory in the air. There is victory that is in our lives, and it's all because of what you're doing. Father, we thank you tonight that as we sit under this beautiful open heaven, we ask, oh God, that your blessings will flow on each and every one of us. We ask that your agenda be heard tonight, Lord God, and that the hearts of the people will be refreshed. The hearts of the people will know that you are here with us tonight. Even as we go through, Lord God, we ask your strength right now. We call on your strength as we move forward. We thank you for the angels that you've given to surround us like a shield, that they would even go before us, Lord God, and that these words will go all across this neighborhood, Father, in the name of Jesus. Lord, we ask your blessings in such a way, Father God, that when the people hear the voice of the people that are speaking tonight, Lord, they would know that you are here back in this country, Lord. You haven't left us. You are here with us yet still. So we honor you, Lord God. Bless this organization like never yet before, Lord. Let your blessings trickle down in every area. Father God, we push the hands of the enemy away in the name of Jesus. Every hindering spirit, every backbiting spirit, Lord God, we bind them in the name of Jesus, and we command them into the abyss, never to even come radius of us, Lord, in the name of Jesus. We ask a special blessing, oh God, upon our panelists here tonight, Father, in the name of Jesus, that as they speak, we would hear the victory going forward in the name of Jesus. Lord, we stand in unity. We stand in oneness of mind. We stand together, Father God, because together we stand and we will not divide. So we thank you for all of this tonight. Keep us safe, oh Lord. Shelter us. We command the clouds in the name of Jesus to hold their water until we are finished right now tonight, Lord. And we bless you for it in Yeshua's name. Amen.
Thank you, Miss Butler. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Friday, October 31st, recently we had the nomination day where we had the opportunity to see our fellow colleague and candidate, Mr. Brian Roll, nominated. So once again, I just would like to congratulate you, Mr. Brian Roll, on your candidacy as well as your nomination to run as the candidate for the Golden Isles constituency.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wednesday, November 5th is the prayer and consecration service, 7 p.m. at our national headquarters. The officials are asking that persons who want to attend to come in white. Even if you wear a white top, come in white. So that's Wednesday, November 5th, prayer and consecration service, 7 p.m. at the Coalition of Independence headquarters. Also, Sunday, November 16th, we will be in Life Changers Ministries International. That church is located in Golden Isles. The pastor for that church is Mr. Valentino Williams. So if you would like to fellowship with us, Sunday, November 16th, we will be in service at Life Changers Ministry International. That's Golden Isles, I think Bacardi Road. Yes. Also, Sunday, November 15th is our motorcade and grill out. That is going to take place at 12 p.m. We will update everyone with the logistics before that time. We will let you know where we will be departing and where we will be ending. So once again, Saturday, November 15th is the motorcade and the grill out. Also, Saturday, November 15th, our member, Sharinda Ferguson, she's out here. She lost her mom, and the funeral service for her mom, Miss Jenny Mae Ferguson, is Saturday, November 15th, 10 a.m., South Beach Union Baptist Church. So, Miss Sharinda Ferguson, we extend our deepest condolences to you on the passing of your mom. Saturday, November 22nd, we are looking forward to our grand rally. And that is going to begin at 6 p.m. until, again, the logistics will be shared with the council, as well as with all of our members and supporters. And Sunday, November 23rd, we will have a special live
by Mr. Lincoln Bean. When I say special, everybody needs to turn on their phones, turn into YouTube, Facebook, chit chat, what is the name? TikTok. Listen, he has some exciting information. Some exciting information that can actually either build or shut down. So, ladies and gentlemen, Sunday, November 23rd is Mr. Lincoln's Being Special Live. Now, I know all the lives seem special, but this one is extra, extra, extra special. And who can tell me what Monday, November 24th is? Are we ready? Are we ready? Monday, November 24th is the by-election, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Roll, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am. I am ready. Iram Lewis, are you ready?
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that is the conclusion of our November schedule leading up to the day of the by-election. If anything changes, if anything is added, oh, yes, November 17th, and how could I forget? I guess we really ain't checking for that one. But November 17th is the advance poll election, okay? The advance poll election. That's November 17th. What time? Okay. All right. No, what time? 9 a.m. all day, advance poll. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that is our schedule of November for November leading up until the time of the by-election. If anything is added or changed, we will update you. All right, so Mr. Bean, I am going to turn it over to you. I am sure there are a lot of things that we want to discuss tonight. I would also like to recognize my deputy leader present in the place, Miss Deputy Leader Dr. Veronica MacGyver. Please give her a hand. She will be coming up on the panel shortly. I would also like to recognize my colleagues. I know many of you out here, I could see you, but I don't want to, some of you I can see. But I would like to give recognition to my colleagues who are present tonight. Please give them a round of applause. And to the Golden Isles constituents, thank you for allowing us to be here. You are definitely welcome to come. I see some of you are out. So thank you for having us here. Mr. Bean?
Thank you, able chairman. Give a round of applause. The best chairman in the country. None is even close. All right. It's only one who ain't corrupt. Dwayne Sands, corrupt. Frederick A. Mitchell, corrupt. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank you all for being here. Of course, this is not a rally, even though you all turning this into a rally. This is COI Live. We decided to do it on location today. And of course, just like you could come to our studio, we allowed persons to come out and be a part of it, and you have shown up, and I want to thank you for that. Thank you. And if you are in the Golden Isles constituency, we are on the Dignity Gardens Park, and so you're welcome to come out here. Hear from us. You're going to hear from your constituent. We're going to have conversations about your issues and what's going on, and you get to know him a little bit more. And so there's no way that we can touch 7,956 voters in the little over 2 weeks that we have. There's no way that we're going to be able to touch every door. We're going to try, and we may be able to pull off a miracle, but if we're not able to, it's because of the time constraints, not because of our willingness or non-willingness. And so we decided to do this because we see that, tens of thousands of people are going to be online, and so you're going to be able to watch this from the comforts of your home, or you can come out if you have a question for him. We are right here on the park making ourselves available to you. People have been saying to us for a long time, you got to go in the parks, So we're in the park, And so I know that tens of thousands of you are watching, and you're watching this live or afterwards. And we here, and you can come out if you're watching live, and you can actually question him. If you have any issues, he's right here. One thing with the COI is we believe in accountability and transparency. And so we have always made ourselves from me as the leader available to the Bahamian public. And that's why we do these lives every week, so that you can ask the questions you want, so that you can learn and you can ask questions. And if there's something you don't understand or you don't believe, we open ourselves to you to be able to answer those questions. Politicians don't do that. They run away from those kinds of situations, but we are going to have a different kind of administration, and it all starts here. Ladies and gentlemen, today is a day for me that I dread every year. November 2nd is the day that I lost my father, Henry Alexander Bain. He was the closest person in the world to me up to his passing. And I just want to honor his memory tonight. He was a great man, a great father, and he helped me to become the man that I am today. He was a crippled man. He could not walk, but he didn't make excuses. He could have been on the street corner with his hand out begging, but he didn't. He operated several mail boats. He was the captain of 7 mail boats, couldn't even walk the plank to get on the boat. They would have to sometimes take him in the crane. It was embarrassing for him, but he did it because he had to put me through private school. They would put him on the pallet in the crane and lift him onto the bridge of the boat, and he would crawl off. He never used a wheelchair in those days. He didn't make any excuses. He was the person that taught me that nothing is impossible. And no matter what your circumstance, nothing is impossible, and there are no excuses in his life, because I grew up with him. When he couldn't go on the boat anymore, as one of the best boat captains in this country, he drove taxi. He couldn't come out of the taxi to open the door for the tourists, and sometimes they would get upset until they understood, and then they would be sympathetic. But he didn't make excuses, any excuses in his life. And so that's why I don't make excuses. And that's why I don't let life tell me no. If I believe that I'm supposed to go there, I'm going, no matter what's going on around me. You got to kill me to stop me. And I learned that from a man who was born on July 12, 1940, and passed away on November 2nd, 2022. Love of my life, Mr. Henry Bain. So, ladies and gentlemen, I got some housekeeping to do before we get started, before I introduce your candidate to you in Golden Isles. There was a post going around on social media all day today. All day. And the posts, and I got calls from the media. Clint Watson even called me, asking me if it's true. The media was calling all over the place. They was in a frenzy. Anything with us goes viral. Y'all know that, right? Anything with us goes viral, especially if it's something negative. That's why I like to let the negative stuff keep going before I clear it up. Let them talk with us, since the media don't want to talk with us. But they were spreading something saying that Iram Lewis had resigned from the COI, saying that he's resigned from the F&M, now he's resigned from the COI. What bothered me with that whole thing was not what they were saying. It didn't bother me that they were making up these stories. They did it last election. Remember last election, they said, oh, Lincoln joined the PLP. Dr. Veronica McIver this and that. Maria Daxon resigned. They were making up all kinds of stories. But what bothers me is that we are fighting for the new Bahamas and for an intelligent new type of Bahamian who looks for information and evidence, and that they can't just swing with their words. And so the paid trolls are getting paid money to spew confusion. What bothers me is the intellectual people who would look at this thing from some page that no one ever heard about on Facebook and then share it as if it's news. Like literally anyone could just start a page and call it, okay, Bahamas Times News, and then just post anything there, and people share, oh, you see what that say? I wonder if that's true. Listen, Bahamas, they have swung, swindled, bamboozled, hoodwinked us for too long because we believed everything that they just push out there. If the politicians say it, we just say it's true. This is the information age. If you see anything from a political troll, they are being paid to spew confusion. They are being paid to make sure that you stay poor so that they can stay rich. They are paying the political trolls crumbs to confuse you and to spread lies. So it disappoints me, not the persons who made it up, but the persons who shared it. Like, why would you share that? Now, if that was, even though our media sometimes spews falsehoods, and we're going to talk about that today too, but if it came from ZNS, or it came from Our News, or it came from Sabas, everything you see on Eyewitness News now is Sabas. When you see them attacking, that's Sabas attacking. All right? We can talk about that later. But if it comes from one of those sources, I could say, okay, I see why people are confused. But any of those social media pages, come on. Don't call me and ask me if that's true. Please, because then I'm going to wonder about you. Seriously. What the page name? Let's look at what the page name, man. No, not Bahamas Times. Everyone that know that's fake. All right? No, not Bahamas News Bay. That's the F&M. That's Pintard, Michael Pintard, and what's his name? Jamal Moore started Bahamas News Bay. But another person called Listello is running that now. All right? Let me give you his full name. Y'all want his full name? Okay.
One thing I can say about our members, supporters, and many Bahamians at large, when we started as Bahamian Evolution, and we brought forth information, facts, educating our people. So our people now are driven off of facts. You can't just tell our people anything. Back in the day, they could have feed you anything, and you would run with it because we believe in the news source that was reporting on information. But now that we are in the times of revelation, everything is being revealed, we have the power now to even dig further to enlighten ourselves on the truth. And the truth is, like Clint Watson said, if you are a Bahamian, you are robbed. We are a wealthy nation. And we come in for our teens, Bahamians. We come in for our teens.
And they are trying to distract us from having the important conversations by having conversations about nonsense. But we ain't going to let them distract us. We're having conversations today. So Bahamas News Bay is now run by, reportedly run by Listello Watkins. And so it was started by Pintard and Jamal Moss. All right? Just so you know. These pages are set up for political mischief. Don't listen to anything they say. All right? Nothing. Don't spread what they're saying. Don't pay attention to them. I don't mind the free publicity because we got a lot of free publicity today. Everyone is talking about us and talking about Iram. I love that. But for you, I want you to be educated. Because if they could trick you in one way, they could trick you in another way. Remember, these are the same people who told you there's no natural resources? And you believe that. To this day, there's some people who still believe that the Bahamas has no natural resources. They told you there's no such thing as carbon credits. Lincoln Bain is lying. He's selling dreams. It's not the truth. Don't believe him. That's a scam. Now that's all they're talking about. Stop falling for anything you see. Anything that is from a political troll or political website, 99.99% of the time, it is not true. And what they sometimes do is they mix the truth with lies or twist it just for confusion's sake. Don't let them confuse you, okay? So I just wanted to get that there. But I want us to start this conversation with our candidate. You can say hello and introduce yourself. Don't assume that everyone knows who you are. Although, thanks to last week, everyone knows who Brian Roll is because we went viral on that Brian Roll thing. You was Roll, right?
Yes, Roll.
You sure?
Roll. Yes, not Brown.
And so we rolling with Roll.
Rolling with Roll, not Brown.
So that one exercise caused the whole Bahamas to know who Brian Roll is.
Yes, yes.
So now they know.
Yes, they do.
You see how the political trolls always end up working for us? Now it ain't no question. No one guesses and say, who the COI candidate is? Everyone knows Brian Roll. Because they shared it far and wide. Someone said, Lincoln go correct it. I say, not me. They sharing that. Everyone can know who Brian Roll is. Go ahead.
Yes, good night, everyone. And thank you so much for coming out. Again, my name is Brian Roll. I am okay. Yes, the name is Brian Roll. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I love to cook. I really love, and I can cook well. I'm going to show you that one of these days, right out here. I have been in the technical field for about 35 years. I'm hands-on. I love working with my hands. And one of the things that we want to do is empower our youth and ownership. We have to. Too many people are benefiting in this country except us. You must agree. And we are becoming second-class citizens in our country, and that needs to stop. We need to focus on our children because they are the future of tomorrow. We need to focus on our elderly. We need to focus on the disabled. There are a few persons right in this area, Dignity Gardens, that I have met, a few disabled persons. I don't know if you all remember back in the day, there were disabled buses that used to come around and assist these people. That needs to start again. They cannot be left out. They have done their time, and we really need to look out for our elderly. They need to be taken care of. This country is not broke, okay? There is enough to go around for everyone to be comfortable. And it just troubles me when I watch those guys at the House of Assembly, like, it's all a game to them. When we were there the day that Iram Lewis crossed the floor, and I was in awe because many of them arrived late, like it was not important to be there on time, and that troubles me. They are there to do the people's business. That is what they are getting paid for. So take it serious. But anyway, their time is short anyway, because they will be gone in the next few months. Okay? Now, I know this area, especially for Dignity Gardens, they have been plagued with a lot of termites.
Yes.
I have been to a few homes in this area where, the termites are eating their homes, eating it strict away. Even the columns, some of the columns are even, termites eating concrete. It's amazing. But we have the solution. We will deal with that. We will do termite remediation. And let's move further back west, in the Coral Harbor areas, where the issues are flooding.
But before you go on, because we did discuss that thoroughly with the issues in Dignity Gardens, with especially their major issue is the termites. In this area, even in the bushes behind it, you can see the termites on the trees. You can see where the termite nests are all around the trees. And so when they developed this, they knew of that problem, but they didn't care. Just like every community that they build, low-cost home community, basically, they build it on the worst of the crown land. They'll find crown land that's low-lying or swamp-lying, and they would use that. Give us the trash. instead of giving us our real crown land. And so, like with hair, they knew that there was a termite issue in this area, and they did not do anything about the termites before they built or while they were building. They did not treat the area for termites. And so when we get in, we are going to do just that. That means we're going to have to come in your yard and some holes are going to have to be dug because termites move on the ground. And we're going to have to do that and deal with the remediation. And we are going to do that for the people of this community free of charge.
Yes. Yes.
Because, so to the people of Dignity Gardens under the sound of my voice, we are going to make sure that your issue with termites is dealt with. Because there were some people that made a lot of money by selling you these properties. And they always treat the poor people poorly. They don't care. They know you don't have the money to sue them. They know that you won't want to stand up against government because many of you may have government jobs. And so they mistreat Bahamians in this country. And I'm tired of seeing Bahamians mistreated in this country. And that's what this fight is about. We are going to fix it for Bahamians. And so we're going to fix this situation, and the government is going to have to pay for it because they caused this situation. And there's going to be some relief because persons' number one investment is normally their homes. Why do they do this to Bahamians? Constantly. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I just wanted them to know that we have put thought into it. And that we know what the solution is, and we're going to deal with that for each home, and they will not have to pay for that.
Yes. Yes, no problem. We are, with the Coalition of Independence, okay, there is no I. We are a team, okay? So I have no issues with my leader stepping in and elaborating more on what needs to be done for our community. There's no I in team, and I have no problem with that. That is what we're here to do. No one person knows everything. And for me, that is what I am going to push a lot in my community, inclusion. Okay, I want you guys to be a part of the decision making. I want your ideas. I want your input. I want your suggestions. Let's get together and make it work. Because what we have now that is representing our country, they're not looking out for us at all. And again, like I said, I'm hands-on. I mean, you will see me. I have no problem with working. I love working outside. And you definitely will see me on the ground, if need be, to get the job done. Because I am not afraid, and work isn't going to kill you. That's what we're going to do, and that's what we're here for. We're here to make a great change, because we need to introduce you guys to the new Bahamas. And there is a new Bahamas out there waiting for us, waiting for all of us. Again, education is a must. We need to improve our educational system in this country because, they're saying that we are at the average, and, we have to really concentrate on our teachers. We know our teachers have a great role to do. We need to pay them adequately. They shouldn't be going out there on Bay Street to fight for compensation that they have already worked for. I mean, they are the ones who, all of the doctors and lawyers and the high professions, it all started at that point. The teachers really should be valued in this country, but they're not. And right now, I would like to take this time and say to the teachers, thank you for your service. To our armed forces, the police, the defense force, immigration, prison, you guys, again, I would like to say thank you for your service. You guys need to be taken care of. Just like our teachers, I believe that, the Coalition of Independence believe that you guys should be insured. You should have adequate insurance for you and your families. Like I say again, I will say it again, this country is not broke. With our armed forces, their families should have good health insurance. As a matter of fact, health insurance will be free for every Bahamian citizen in this country under a COI government. Education will be free for every Bahamian citizen under a COI government. And I'm talking from the cradle to a doctorate degree. Totally free. Other countries are doing it. Why can't we?
Yep.
We need to pay more attention to our people. We are the ones, especially our parents and our adults, okay? We have a country to fight for because right now, our children, they don't know or they haven't seen. We're the ones who are providing a roof over their heads. We're the ones who are providing groceries. So they don't know the hardships that we are going through right now. And living in this country is very, very expensive. So while all of us are above ground, we really need to fight for them, fight for this country, because I'm sure none of us wants to close our eyes today or tomorrow and just to have that mindset of what will happen to my children. That is so serious to me. Again, we as a people, we need to fight for our country. And one of the things I always say is, if it were to get so bad, how many of us have the financial means to pack up our children and leave this country to go to another country and to survive for at least 6 months? How many of us could do that? Where are we going? And this is one of the things that really saddens me. To come across some persons and they're on the fence. They still haven't decided who they're going to support. I mean, it is so clear and evident as to what our country is going through. And we've been over 52 years with the PLP and the FNM. There's no progression. At least I don't see any. And especially where our people is concerned, and especially where the country is headed. All the foreigners come here, and of course they looking for cheap labor because they know that the immigrants who come here, they're not going to want to be unionized. All they're looking for is a job. But our Bahamian people, we deserve a certain amount of pay. We're not going to settle for any kind of, how should I put it, crumbs. We have bills to pay. We have mortgages to pay. So we're not going to settle for little change, to work in your job. But you have the other people who, like I say, they want to be here and they're just looking for a job. So they will settle for anything. And I find that a lot of businesses are hiring, persons just for that. Sorry? You saying something new?
Yes.
Okay, but I'll just like to tell, let the people.
Just so you know, we can't see, because the lights are so bright on us, we can't see anything past this tower right here. So
Right.
we can't see no one over there.
Now, like I was saying earlier, further down in the Coral Harbor area, where the problems in that area, the flooding issues that they're having, I have touched bases with an engineer who was actually a part of my constituency, and we have been in discussions on the solutions for the flooding. I would like to interview him. I would like to do a little live something so he can explain how it's going to be done. He's going to explain the solution that he has. And also, I'm sure everyone knows about the coal burning, the smoke, the cutting down of our pine trees. All of that will be addressed. Like I said again, I'm a hands-on kind of guy. If it means me being in the trenches, that's what I will do. Like I said, I'm not afraid to work. Again, further down in the Southwest Corridor, we really do need another hospital or what you would probably say another state-of-the-art clinic. We will need another police station. We will need another fire station. Like Mr. Bean said earlier, one of our greatest investments is our home. And it would be a crying shame for your home to burn down because of the lack of a fire truck. You know how heartbreaking that is? And you get no recourse, no help from the government? None at all. I mean, so what are you supposed to do? I think it's about time that our people, we should be angry. Aren't you guys angry? You know, we need to take this serious and stop playing. We deserve better. You know, and it breaks my heart when I hear stories of persons who, when the PLP come in the areas and they get the little couple dollars, that's only for right now. What's going to happen to tomorrow, next week, next year, next 2 years? Because, you know, once you would have taken that couple of dollars and that T-shirt, they have no obligation to you anymore. They don't have to be accountable to you anymore because you didn't take the money and you didn't vote it for them. So what do they have to come to you for? The only time you're going to see them again is when it's election time again. And they can swing you again. For what? A couple of dollars, some grilled chicken, and some rum? Look here, as Bahamians, we need to think better of ourselves. Okay? And it's an insult. You think any of them could come to me and talk, but take this $100 for my vote? You crazy? Come on, our people, we need to wake up. A lot of us have mortgages. Like I said again, the high cost of living, food is expensive. You know, at the end of the day, again, you have the gentleman, Mr. Darren Pickstock. From my understanding, he lives over Paradise Island. And you could see from the amount of money they are spending around. I mean, we just put up my little small, not even the billboards, but I'm talking the ones that we put up the posters on the poles. Now this guy already have these huge billboards now, right? And he have all the ground little posters, yard signs. And you know that after we put up our posters on the poles, they came and they put posters on the poles too. What? He wants y'all to dream about him, eh?
He has to remind you how much money the PLP has stolen from you. They want to show it to you. You know, when the fellas rob the bank, they can't just rob the bank. They got to buy a flashy new Mercedes. They got to buy the big rope chain with a big charm on it. They got to show you the money. And so what they want to do is they want to put up these big stuff all over the place so that you could remember and know that they got that from you. They took that from you. They stole that from the Bahamian people. So my thing is, I have been told that they are spending $3 million on this by-election, right? $3 million is what they have in the budget for this by-election. They owe the civil servants, many of whom live in the same Golden Isles constituency, $6 million. You could spend $3 million on a by-election. You might as well go beg that $6 million to pay off the civil servants. But the problem is, they don't care about you civil servants. Not one civil servant should vote for the PLP during this by-election.
And by extension, the general election.
Yes. And not one civil servant should vote for the F&M because they owed you too and they didn't pay you. It's time for y'all to stand up and wake up and fight for yourselves. All right? Don't fall for their little tricks. They spent $3 million on a by-election but couldn't pay the $6 million or so that they owed y'all. Think about that.
To our family islanders, one of my colleagues, well, I'm not sure if it was her, but there was a photo going around about the airport in Deadman's Key, Long Island, with the flooding. I mean, come on, man. I mean, 2025. 2025. A lot of our family islands don't have a proper airport. My people from Cat Island, I mean, my folks been sitting under a tent at the airport, the so-called airport. The people from Cat Island, I mean, you have to think more and better for yourselves. You shouldn't settle for the mediocre foolishness. When will you all say enough is enough? Mr. Brave Davis has been in the House of Assembly for decades. At one point, he was the Minister of Works. Come on, people. Y'all don't think y'all are worth it? It's sad. For heaven's sake. It's sad. It's sad, man. Our people, we need to wake up. We need to wake up. We deserve better. Stop settling. I mean, excuse me, because I'm getting emotional right now because
People suffering.
it just makes me sad. It just makes me sad how every 5 years they come up with the same playbook over and over and over and over. And we keep falling for it over and over and over.
Let me just plug this in right here. I don't know if the people understand this, but they win elections by coming and giving out trinkets, $50, T-shirts, buying your stove, and small things like that. That's how they win elections. The only way that works is to keep you poor and desperate. So what does that mean? They will never empower you as a people. They have to keep you poor and desperate and destitute so that when they come with that little $50, it feel like so much. When they come and buy Grammy a stove, it feels like so much.
But I say take it.
Because it's yours.
Vote them out.
And Lincoln, I just want to add something in this too. Listen, my fellow Bahamians, listen to me. I do not care who comes and repair my roof. I'm thankful. Thank you. But I'm going to say one thing. Empower my people so they can fix their own roof. Just how the U.S. citizens can receive their tax return at the end of the year, let my people receive their returns from their natural resources that we say we do not have. So to Sebastian, thank you for fixing the roofs on the houses of the people in Fort Charlotte. But what is your party doing to empower my people? What are the policies that you are putting forward to allow the Bahamian people to benefit and have access from their crown land? What are the policies you are putting in place for my people to benefit from their natural resources? See, we know this is election season. We know what you all are doing. We have many single women sleeping in cars. Sabas, you is a multi-millionaire. Buy some homes and put them in. If you really care, go and clear up Saunders Beach. There are a lot of homeless women sleeping in cars with their children. Empower our people. The Coalition of Independence, our policies derives off empowerment and ownership. And we are not going to accept nothing less because we are uneducated people. We are not going to accept nothing less. So when they come to the door, because we are respectful people, we can hear what you have to say. But if you are not saying anything about empowerment, and I'm not talking about housemaid jobs, I'm not talking about bartender jobs, I'm talking about 51% ownership in our hotels. I am talking about cruise ship ownership. I am talking about opening up our country where we can make investment internationally and they are not choking us out. We are Bahamians, and the coalition is going to show you and remind you that we are Bahamians representing the 242, not just nationally, but globally. So my fellow Bahamians, stand up. Be proud of who we are. We are wealthy people from a wealthy country, and the wealth does not belong to the foreigners. It belongs to you, your children, and your children's children. Power to the people.
Yeah. I like your mic. That mic got power. Or it's you. With MJ, they used to say it's the shoes. It gotta be the mic. That's my chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want you all to be tricked by these millionaires who are now coming and saying they want to run with money they got from you in the first place. All right? When I go, and I'm going to say why I'm saying this. When I go to a food store, I pick up a product, I give them money, they give me a receipt and the product. Right? That makes sense, right? Anywhere you go to buy something, you give them money, they give you a receipt and the product, right? Okay. When you go to Sebastian Place, you give them money and they give you a receipt, no product. If you go in Super Value and you give them money and they give you a receipt and you don't get the product, that's robbery, right? Some people from Fort Charlotte area called me. They called one of our candidates and they called me, sorry. And they said that Sebas was walking around giving out $20 gift certificate for Island Luck. You could use it to spin or to buy numbers. $20 gift certificate. That remind me of the Hollow West Coast when they was giving you them $20 after they get the big $58 million. $20, go spin with that. Now you know with the spin machines, they could adjust whether they pay out or not. That can be adjusted. So they could give you $20 certificate and then make the machine not pay you anything. Just take that right back. Also, they can create money from nowhere. They could just create money on their system and then just give it away. Or they can just put money on your account that is not real money. They don't have to accept money to put money on your account. You thought about that? They can just, you give them money and then they put money on your account. But suppose you never gave them the money. They could still put money on your account. Technically, right? So they could give you a $20 thing and they could add it to their system and they know you gamble that out. Why are we going around making people get addicted to more gambling? It's time to empower our people. That's like the drug dealer going around and passing out the little $5 bags to get you used to. You didn't do us anything. We got to change our thinking and not be impressed by these people. The reason I'm getting on that is not to attack Sebas. The reason I'm getting on that is because Sebas is using his media station to attack. Now, we know it would happen, but I'm going to tell you how that happened recently. You see, you watch Beyond the Headlines, and they have people on there, no one from the COI. They'll have people from the PLP and people from the FNM, but no one who supports the COI. And they will just attack the COI. Anyone notice how both the PLP and the FNM is not attacking each other? They're attacking the COI. Y'all notice that, right?
Dogs don't bark at.
Oh, they scared. The COI coming.
COI coming.
Oh, they scared.
COI coming.
And so they have a whole show that's just, the purpose of that show is just to attack us. But they got to make it sound like they be in balance while they talking and then throw the little slick little blows under there. That's how they have to make it look good.
Balance comes when you have a representative from each organization present. That's non-biasness.
Yeah. So when I watch CNN and I watch Fox News, etc., they'll have a show, but they'll have people from both sides of an opinion. This people believe that, this person believe that, and then they would have both of them talk. Over here, they just, listen, y'all coming on to attack COI, okay? The biggest money-making opportunity right now in the Bahamas is to attack the COI. If you want to make money, you attack the COI. That's where all the money is right now, all right? But none of that could work. They, after the nomination of this great young man, who I think is the best for that community, after his nomination, we saw what happened there. You literally saw that what the police did was, when we came to the gate, they put this restriction on us. Now, I have participated in several elections now. I've never heard that restriction. I've nominated several times. I just nominated at, at the by-election in West Grand Baham and Bimini. There was no restriction. I was there. All right? There was no such restriction. They didn't come to the gate and say, only 20 people allowed. I ran in 2021. They didn't say, only 20 people allowed. I ran in 2017. They didn't say, only 20 people allowed. So this is not the law. This was something they made up. That was not the law, to be clear. Now, if they can show you that in the law, then I will gladly apologize. But I don't see it nowhere in the law, and I've been looking. I don't see it. In any event, they brought a news reporter on, a gentleman, to talk about what happened. And while reporting what happened, he blatantly lied. He said that the police did not give the PLP advantage that they did not give the COI. He said he was there, and he saw the police counting. Now, what really happened was, and that shocked me that Sebastian would use their people to push this narrative. They're trying to push a narrative that we are belligerent, and we are argumentative, and we are controversial, and by extension, that means that we can't govern the country. That's the narrative that they're trying to push. They want you to prefer them who will rape and rob you and continue to rape and rob you, to live off the fat of the land while you suffer. They want you to think that that is more important, that speaking a certain way is more important because they can speak highfalutely and rob you blind and abuse you and sell out your whole country while wearing a good suit and a good tie and speaking eloquently. Payments and past that. It's time to stand up. In any event, they tried to make it look like we were argumentative. If the police puts a restriction on us that I have never experienced before, it is my duty to question that. Why is questioning something a problem? Are we supposed to just be docile slaves? To just do whatever you say, even if it's wrong? But of course, they're going to do that because they know that we're going to challenge them. So when the advance poll comes, they're going to say, okay, let's find something that we ain't supposed to do so Lincoln them could row. And we can show them looking rowdy. And so Our job was to challenge that on behalf of the Bahamian people that want a good free democracy. And so we told him that that is not the law, but nonetheless, we're going to go with that. I asked them, will the PLP have these same restrictions? They said, yes, they will only be allowed 20 people. I said, okay, we will go by it. And the only thing I said to them was, we shouldn't have to pick the people, just we'll walk in and you count your 20. All right? And that's all we said to them. We went in, they started this thing about the placards, et cetera, et cetera. We told them again, that's not the law. We showed them what the PLP was doing. We left it alone and we went in. Didn't pick no trouble with them, but we have to let them know that we know that they are acting outside of the law. When we got to the door, because see, they're trying to find stuff to agitate us, and they couldn't get us agitated yet. The police officer then says they have to show you the papers to show that they qualify. And I had to say to the police officer, Mr. Nixon, that's not your business. That's not your job. The police should not be involved in this. This is for the Parliamentary Register Department. Why is the police saying, show these papers to show you your papers straight before you come in the door?
But he wouldn't know what he's looking for.
That shows you that he is placed there to harass us. All right? Because they want to make us look belligerent. They want us to look belligerent like Pillin and Milo Butler. They want us to look belligerent like Randall Fox. They want us to look belligerent like Martin Luther King. They want us to look belligerent like Jesus in the temple. But we ain't going to let them trick us. And we went in there and it was a very good exchange. But the reporter said that the police counted. Now, everyone who saw the live, and they're hoping that there would be people who don't see the live. Everyone who saw the live, they saw that the police let in a bunch of people and cars before they started counting. And then, when they did start counting, when we reached 20, he said, no, that's 10. All of it is on camera. When we said, no, 20, that's it. He said, no, that's 10, that's 10. Then he let a few more people in, and he said, that's 12. And then even when he reached the 20, he let some members of parliament in. But a news reporter went on that show. Notice he didn't do it on the news. They did it on an opinionated show. All right? That's the trick they play. Because if you do it on the news, there's repercussions. So they're using beyond the headlines to do their darkness because it's an opinionated show. You're allowed to have an opinion. News must be balanced. All right? And so they went on that opinionated show, and he said, no. Obviously, I was there, and I saw the police counting. And this is the tricks they're going to play. Sabas and the PLP is concerned with us. So every time you watch Eyewitness News and beyond the headlines, just realize that is Sabas attacking us. All right? Not that news reporter. They doing what they told because they need their little job. It's Sabas attacking us and the PLP attacking us. All right? So that's what you're going to get on there. So I just wanted to clear that up before we go on. The news is supposed to be balanced. And so if they have persons on there and don't have us on there, it's a problem. All coverage, because an election is actually called, all coverage now is supposed to be balanced, not just the news reporting. All coverage. And so I'm going to call Shanique Miller, and we're going to address that.
Yes. Almost lost my trail of thought. Let me switch over.
You want the good mic?
The good mic, yes. Also, moving forward, as a country, united, we need to start voting on policies and not popularity. Brian Brown was walking the ground for 9 years, but what does he stand on? A political party known for lying. And then when I say lying, I'm talking about secret deals, hiding the truth from the Bahamian people in the form of our freedom of information. Both parties had the opportunity to put this in place. But as new and upcoming candidates for these organizations, I don't care how good your heart is. If you are going to align yourself with a party that does not believe in empowering the people. I do not care how much you claim you are a Christian. If you're going to side with a party that is known for corruption and empowering and rewarding corrupt officials like our former commissioner of police. Bahamians, listen to me carefully. These are the people who are going to mark out the future, not only for us, but for our children and our children's children. We need to think very carefully on what we are doing. Our parents, our parents, our great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents supported the PLP and the FNM because that was all we had. That was all they knew. But there are some praying people in this country. And what happened? Arise the new party. The Coalition of Independence was on the ground since Bahamian evolution evolved into the Coalition of Independence. We have not left the ground in 5 years. 5 years we have been on the ground. The hardest thing about changing and transforming a nation is transforming the mindset of a people. And we did that through Bahamian evolution by educating the people. Listen to the name, my fellow Bahamians. Bahamian evolution. People asked us about the Coalition of Independence. If you are a coalition of independence, that's defeating the purpose. The Coalition of Independence Party is a coalition of different people from various different backgrounds, whether it is religious background, even political party. All of us came from a political party. So when Fred Mitchell get up and say the Coalition of Idiots, guess what? You is one too, because most of us came from there. But guess what? We have awoken to the information that is available and that is provided. Information is all around. We cannot continue on with our abusers because that's what they are, abusers. Now, to the women out here, one thing we do not allow anybody to play with is our children and our money. So I'm asking all of the women to create a line in the front of the corrupt government and what is behind us, our children. And we are going to rise up in this country and we are going to put our feet on their necks. Because women, there are too many women and children sleeping in cars. Give our women 1 acre of crown land. Empower them. Allow them to build. Because you are giving our land to foreigners, whether it's through the back door or the front door. Give our people their land. Empower our people. My fellow Bahamians and to the constituents of the Golden Isles constituency, if you are ready for change, and when I say change, I'm not talking about a job. I'm talking about ownership, true empowerment, the development of our family islands, real hurricane shelters, real education, real health care. The Bahamas could be the Mecca. See, we always just tell our children, and this is the problem I have. We always just tell our children, dare to dream. But as adults, we hitting each other down like we cannot live the best life in our own country whilst watching the foreigners come here with not even a birth certificate, come in here and living the best life ever. Who do you think is buying up all of the land? Cash. But y'all say coalition is selling dreams. But guess what? The foreigners believe these dreams, so, and they live in it daily now. Coalition of Independence is going to be the governing party of this country. Mr. Brian Roll is going to be the next member of parliament. Because we are going to put him there. We are going to put him there. And one more thing. And I love this. I love when they say the coalition of idiots. I love when they say that we don't have the experience. And I can say this to Fred Mitchell. He calls me a little girl. But guess what? This little girl turned an activist movement into a political party that is still standing. No one gave us the Coalition of Independence. We built the Coalition of Independence. But yet we are idiots. We did this. We all did this. And guess what? We are united. They can't say that. We are united. And our party is strong. And Iram Lewis is still there. About to be joined by Brian Roll. Ladies and gentlemen, changing coming. Changing coming. Listen, when we get in the house, we roaring. And another thing, they said that we are belligerent, we are rowdy, but I guarantee you one thing. This panel and my colleagues, when the time comes to sign contracts that is going to be signed for the empowerment of our people, we're not going to be grinning and just sign it. We're going to read that, check the law, and we're going to question that. Because if my people isn't benefiting from a foreign contract, that ain't happening. Ownership, partnership, ownership, not laborers. We done with that. That's the old Bahamas. And we saying so long, bye-bye. So long, bye-bye. Changing coming. Changing coming. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to call up my beautiful deputy leader, Dr. Veronica MacGyver.
You're actually going to be hearing from a couple of our other candidates, and now they're going to be coming up here in exchange. So you're going to be introduced to some of them also, in addition to Brian Brown.
Hello. Well, after Charlotte.
How you missed that?
What?
In addition to Brian Brown.
Oh, I missed that one. Boy, Charlotte is the fire lady. What y'all say? Oh, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord. So, yeah, we're going to have some of the candidates come up and let them say a few words and just share in this wonderful evening. By the way, everybody, the weather is beautiful out here, isn't it? It's not hot, it's not cold, it's just right. But let me just say this. My phone lit up today as Lita was saying that, that thing about Iram Lewis went viral. I mean, my phone lit up. Everybody was calling me, Doc, is this true? Is this true? And I was like, no, that's a bunch of crap. That's nonsense. That is political mischief. I mean, let me say this. Dogs, y'all heard the Bahamian adage, dogs don't bark at parked cars. If we were parked, that would not have gone viral. But the fact that we're moving, everybody want to know what's happening with COI. I could tell you that. And listen, COI is getting a lot of traction. Let me tell you what happened the other day. A lady called me from in the inner city. She say, Doc, who is the candidate for my area? So I told her, she said, well, let me tell you what I'm going to do and why I ask you that. And please let him know. When the PLP and the FNM come to visit me, I am going to speak with them outside my door. But when the COI candidate come, I'm going to invite him in my house and talk with him. You see the difference? That's the warmth and the traction that we're getting on the ground every day. Sometimes the PLP and FMN might make it seem like they don't know what's happening, but let me tell them, this is a ground game. You don't have to put us on the media every night. Like you say, the twisted headlines. You don't have to put us on. What's important to us is by word of mouth. Mama talked to auntie, auntie talked to niece, niece talked to her friend. That is where we're going to win this game, on the ground. And last thing before I leave, because I want to make room for the other candidates, there was a video that went viral about a nurse speaking about the conditions at the hospital. And she was saying about the rodents, the leaking roofs, they run out of medication, they run out of supplies, A&E is not finished. Well, you know this is my baby, because you know I'm going to be the Minister of Health. And so I had to send out an audio supporting this nurse, telling her that I stand with her 100%. And I understand that the government did suspend this nurse for about 10 days. That is ridiculous. If the government think that they are going to silence our people, it's going to make it worse. It's going to deepen the problem that they're having now. It is not going to fly. And I could tell my nurses and doctors and staff at PMH, when I get there, everything is going to change for the better. Wow. So, and last thing, I'm getting like Charlotte. Listen, when Brian Roll said that, you know, he was getting angry, let me tell you all something before I leave. Miles Monroe said, when you become angry, that's when true leaders are born. Because if you just sit and accept anything, no. So a true leader, when you see them have accolades, that means that something made them angry and they stood up and they fought for the people. So power to COI! Woo, 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 woo.
Thank you so much. And I just want to say to that nurse and to every other nurse that you should be slighted and insulted by what they did to that nurse for speaking out. The main reason we are going to fix the hospital is not just for the patients. It's because our nurses should not have to work in those conditions. If you walk through A&E, no one should have to go to work in those conditions. So our nurses, we're going to fix this for you. And we're also going to fix this for the Bahamian people who should not have to suffer in that circumstance when they are paying their taxes. You are paying your taxes to get good health care, but they refuse to give it to you. Now, I want all of you nurses and civil servants to know that there is a whistleblower law. Section 47 of the Freedom of Information Act, the only part of that act that was enacted, and it protects you. If you give information on something that is wrong, they cannot suspend you. So to that nurse, I don't know her. I'm going to try to see if we can reach out to her, accept their suspension, and then sue them. If those corrupt men like Shane Gibson could sue the government and get a settlement of $2.5 million, you can sue them. Sue them. All right? You have a right, and the law protects you. Go ahead.
Yeah, and to stand with that lady, that nurse said nothing confidential about a patient. I could see if she had, looked in the files and said something. But she only talked about the conditions of the hospital. And everything she said was already public knowledge. Everybody know they have leaking roofs. Everybody know that they run out of medication. As a matter of fact, they even send some of the patients to go out and buy the medication and come back in. Can you imagine what's going on at our hospital? I did some audios and videos on the dialysis department. And one of the things that I showed was when a little mouse jumped on top of the table. So if I talked about it, everybody else, other people spoke about it. What she said was not confidential. Everybody knows about this. Right, and you said victimization, that is right. And they're trying to silence them, but it's not going to work. Y'all agree? All right, change ain't coming. Change ain't coming.
And additionally, I would like to say to our nurses, we love you guys. We want you guys to stay home. You will be paid adequately under a COI government, and you will have good health insurance for you and your family. Because there are a lot of nurses in my constituency, and by extension, there are a lot of nurses in this country. We want our nurses to stay home. So what I'm saying is, under a COI government, you will be adequately paid. Thank you.
Yeah. When you say stay home, you don't mean in your house. You mean in your country. Yeah, so thank you so much, Dr. MacGyver. Continue the good work. She's been walking for years now in Killarney. There's some people, who feel that they should see, us every day, but she's been walking and working hard, and she has a very strong campaign team. So congratulations. Keep up the good work. You are going to bring Killarney home for the Bahamian people. Stand up, Fox Hill, Dr. MacGyver.
If I might add, I never dreamt that I would have been in this position because politics, I watched it somewhat, and my eyes are wide open. And I have voted PLP and FNM before. I was never a diehard anything. Okay, I was a part of the PLP Young Liberals, and as I got older and I saw how the climate, changed between the PLP and the FNM, nothing happened. Nothing changed at all. And so the first reasonable party that came on stream was the DNA. And, I decided to go with them because my thing was I would vote for a sheet of plywood before I vote PLP or FNM ever again. And I stuck with that, especially if you are a person who never had to depend on any of those two parties to survive. Come on, man. I'll vote for this light post. You see? But obviously, the DNA, they just fizzled out. They were not serious at all. And would you believe that in the last election, I didn't even know who the candidate was for the Coalition of Independence. And while I was in that voting booth, I was going to vote DNA. But then I said, you know what? Let me vote COI. And I never saw the candidate. I understand that his last name was King, I believe. Mm-hmm. Right. But what I'm saying is, I never saw him. I didn't need to see him. I did not care. I did not care. Back to my two opponents for the Golden Isles constituency. And this is what I would like to tell the constituents of Golden Isles. At the end of the day, it's all nice and fine for you to have nice streets, adequate lighting, nice parks, and all that stuff, right? But if that representative is not going to go in the House of Assembly and fight for your natural resources, fight for your carbon credits, fight for ownership, what's the point? At the end of the day, having adequate lighting and nicely paved roads and nice parks is not benefiting you here where it all matters. It's not benefiting you here. Nice lights and streets don't put money in your pocket. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So we need persons in the House of Assembly who's going to fight for you. And if Mr. Brown isn't going to go up against Pintard when Pintard want to increase taxes or come up with new, come on, man. We don't need him. You all don't need to vote for him. If Mr. Pickstock is not going to fight against his leader and say, look here, Chief, we need to get rid of that. Look here, Chief, our people need to benefit from our natural resources. Look here, Chief, our people need to benefit from our carbon credits. If he is not willing to do that, y'all don't need to vote for him.
Yeah.
Y'all need to get serious about this. It's all about empowerment and ownership. Go the Niles, get it right. Change ain't coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got a special guest on the phone from overseas who wanted to set the record straight. So all the way from Central Grand Bahama, Minister Iram Lewis. Iram Lewis, welcome.
Hey, thank you. Good afternoon. Good evening, Bahamas. Good evening to your panel. How's it going?
Good evening.
It is awesome, man. You were starring today.
I noticed that. I know the spin doctors they're real busy. And I think starring is an understatement. I think I was trending more than VJ Edgecombe today.
I mean, how does it make you feel that the PLP and FNM is so focused on us, man?
It just says that we're making a difference. That they, what they say, they're scared.
Wow.
So yeah. Let them continue to spin. You know, one thing I noticed that whatever the enemy plans for evil, God turned it around and used it for good. So let them continue to spin it. Let them continue to put the news out there. Like I said, the COI and Iram Lewis is trending more than ever today. So let them keep pushing it, and we'll be the beneficiary of it.
Yeah, man. Well, anyway, Iram, so I think that means that you did not resign.
Did you get a letter from me?
No, I waiting on this letter. I guess Pintard or Brave can send it on your behalf.
I guess that's the thing. Hey, it's either them or AI. AI is dangerous, you know. But I was in church down in Pinnis Point, worshiping with Pastor Allison Pinder and Upper Zion, celebrating their 60th anniversary on this Thursday. So I was in the spirit, man, enjoying the service and the preaching and everything.
Wow.
So I was not going to be distracted by the devil or the devils. So I was in worship, and I'm now driving to Freeport, and all is well.
Well, just stay tuned, because next they're going to say, oh, Dr. Veronica MacGyver has resigned, or MacGyver has joined the PLP, or Charlotte Green has joined the FNM. Oh, Maria Daxon sell out. She gone to the PLP. You can hear all kinds of stories.
Or I may have resurrected the UBP. You never know.
Yeah, you sure you and Minister ain't going to bring back the UBP?
No, sir. Hey, I said I just keep on the church. This is Holy Sunday. I'm an ordained minister. I will not lie.
Hey, Iram.
Yes.
Are you ready to table some bills?
Absolutely. It happens all the time. And once I have the backup, so we need a backup in Parliament. Once they table it, table second.
Yes, definitely. Before you finish, I can start up and say, second it, I second it.
Amen. All right. Yeah,
So
we all good. We good.
Yes.
So on the 24th is the election. On the 25th, we want to table some bills.
Yes.
Yes. I was not going to answer all of the social media stuff, right? But I think I owe it to the people. I owe it to the party. Just to say those few short words, but like I said, this is the silly season, and I don't want our people to be gullible and to jump for every little thing that they see. COI have to remain strong. We have to remain united, and obviously we are forced to be reckoned with, and that's why they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah. All right, thank you, man. I know you have that long drive from Pinder's Point, so we thank you for taking the time to call in after church. And address this situation. We won't be addressing all of these situations. We want our supporters to know that if your enemy wants to distract you, all you have to do is keep making up a story every couple of days, and you will be out there trying to clear stuff up straight through. If you didn't hear it from us directly, don't believe it. Don't call me asking if it's true. One thing you know about us is we transparent. If it's something to hear, you can hear it from us. So don't waste your time passing stuff around or calling me, ask me if this is true or if that is true. Let's stay focused on the prize. And that is Bahamians first in this country. That is Bahamians benefiting from their natural resources, their carbon credits. And that is Bahamians first. I repeat that. That is Bahamians first. The land we are sitting on used to be Crown land. The FNM and PLP benefited from selling this to you. Every low-cost development was Crown land. They benefit by selling it to you with a piece of house on it. Ladies and gentlemen, stay focused. Iram, we'll be in touch, all right?
All right, wonderful. Have a good rest of the evening. God bless you all. God bless Bahamas.
Yes, thank you. And for the people in the Golden Isles constituency, there is 3,000 acres of Crown land in the Golden Isles constituency. 3,000. And if I might add, right, don't fall for the high professions, like the lawyers and the CPAs and all that stuff. If you don't have that special ingredient of your heart for the people, nothing happening. You don't have to be a person of a high profession or education or whatever. If you don't have a heart for people, you're not making any sense. Once you have a heart for the people, to work for the people, to be there for the people, you can make changes. I just want y'all to remember that. So don't look at the outward appearance of persons. Really watch them, see how they speak, see how they move. A lot of times I hear Leslie Miller talking about track record. What has Leslie Miller done for the people? What has he done? But we all know he's singing for a supper because the government is renting his buildings. But he'll speak bad about other parties. But what has he really done? He doesn't care about the people at all. So I would just like you all to keep that in mind, please.
So now as I talk to our candidate for Fox Hill, real man, I want to make this clear. What someone does in their house is their business. That ain't my business. That's between them and their God. But when you are trying to influence our policy for your twistedness, that's when I have a problem. Do not try to force your beliefs on the rest of us. Do not push your policies and agenda on the rest of us. Because whenever the PLP comes in, they start pushing this funny agenda. Well, not on my watch. All right? What you do in the privacy of your home is your business. That ain't my business. I don't care. But Fred Mitchell, don't try to put that on us. And don't use our taxpayer money to pay for your habits. Don't do that. Because we're still waiting for an answer. Notice Fred hasn't answered that yet. As to why a 21-year-old man gets almost $60,000 a year contract. More than any of the civil servants that they owe. More than the police officers. More than defense force officers, the nurses. More than any of them. $105,000 a year for housing allowance. You all know the story. I won't go into the details again. All right? But we need to know that. And Doc, put some bass in your voice, please. Your agenda ain't my business, but I'm just praying that you don't have the same agenda as Fred Mitchell. I'm just being real. This is my country, man. We ain't letting you all twist this up. This is my country. And we can do this right. We ain't gonna end up like America under Biden, where they had the boys playing in the girls' sports. And all kind of weird things started to happen. Well, anyway, for the rest of us who want our country to work properly, we have a real man. A real man. And so, how is the campaign going in Fox Hill?
Good evening, Bahamas, and good evening, everyone at large, the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. This is Bobby Brown, the candidate for Fox Hill constituency. I can tell you, the Fox Hill people are ready for change. And here it is what we want to talk about. Going into 22 days for the by-election. 22 days into the by-election. The day is the 2nd. So it's 22 more days.
15 days. The by-election starts on the 17th.
On the 17th.
It ends on the 24th.
Ends on the 24th. So we're looking at 22 days from today.
That's when it ends.
That's when it ends.
It starts in 15 days.
It starts in 15 days. So I'm urging the Bahamian people, when we talk about the new Bahamas, I'm not talking about telling anyone in Fox Hill, who my opponents may be, what you need to do. I am not telling them what they need to do. I am the new Bahamas. I come to deliver, as your candidate and your next member of parliament, what is going to be new in the Fox Hill constituency. I don't need to say what they need to do. We are the new Bahamas. The new Bahamas in our judicial system, the new Bahamas in our health system, and the new Bahamas dealing with everything that we need to deal with in this Bahama land. We're here to change everything. Change income and change is already here. Let me give you an example, Foxillians and to the Bahamians at large. This Bahamas imports $1.5 billion import food bill. In the new Bahamas, we want to wipe that clean. We want Bahamians now to deal with our free economy, which is the orange economy, the blue economy, and we want to deal with these main economies that deal with our natural resources. So I'm saying to you now, agriculture is going to be one of the significant thing that we're going to deal with, because I heard Mr. Brian Roll for the Golden Isles constituency just mentioned earlier of all that land in the Golden Isles constituency. I can say to you, my brother, Fox Hill also have a lot of land. We got 6,000 plus people in Fox Hill. And that is one of the initiatives that we're going to empower our people as it relates to agriculture. Now, we know that tourism and banking, it's supposed to be our two number one industries. And a lot of people think that when you wear a hat and a cutlass in your hand, it's a dirty job. With agriculture, agriculture brings in a lot of revenue once we are able to get in. And I'm saying this to Mr. President while he is here, that when we get in, when they set this by this election, we are going to ensure that Bahamian people will get into agriculture, and we will not allow any hurricane to come here in our Bahama land and we cannot feed ourselves. We on the lines going to the food stores and there's no food. People are home, and that is something that we want to focus on. I want to also mention this. I heard earlier, Mr. President, that we spoke about the media houses. When you put and count on your fingers how many media houses are owned by who and who they are part of, it kind of put a dampen on us. We have to come out here on social media in order to present ourselves. I'm saying, Mr. President, that in the new Bahamas, we're going to open up the airwaves again, where the freedom of speech for Bahamians don't have to be just on these few media houses. That is what is being said. And you said it earlier. All the media houses are speaking just these two parties, PLP, F&M. I am now the ratified Coalition of Independence for Fox Hill. And I don't think any have called me as yet to have an interview, and has mentioned a third person in there for the Fox Hill constituency. So I want to say to the Bahamian people today, in the new Bahamas, we have to ensure that you have a voice and you can speak without having to deal with any political party. We want to make sure that all Bahamians have a voice and you can speak. And the Fox Hill people, they are ready. They're ready for change. They're ready for a new development in Fox Hill. We are tired in Fox Hill having to deal with just few people being used as it relates to the environment. We want every Foxhillian to be a part of what's going on in Fox Hill. We rolled out during that ratification our need-based programs, our merit-based programs. And as you see, we also give to those persons who don't have enough funds or funded to go to school. They do great in schoolwork, and so we just give a young man $1,000 to go toward his scholarship fund. I just spoke to a lady yesterday, and they saw that program, and she said that her daughter is at Sinan School, and we are now getting ready to roll out another need-based program for that student at St. Anne's School. Also, in the history of Fox Hill, well, we know we have the Activity Center, and that was built by this present government. And so the initiative for that land, Mr. President, supposedly to be for a old folks home, and it went to becoming a activity center. I don't have any problems with that. That's fine. But in the new Bahamas, we're going to ensure in Fox Hill, because Sunderland's Rehabilitation Center is crowded. It's hard. People are complaining that to get their parents or get somebody in the home that is, at age and need health care, can't get a bed. It's got to take months, sometimes years, and has to go through programs. We're going to ensure in Fox Hill a old folks home that will be able to meet the needs of those elderly persons who cannot get the need that they want. We know that the Bahamas is we experience hurricanes. We have a weather-based island. And so we got to ensure that when these hurricanes or when these things happen, that these people will be able to get adequate service, adequate nursing, or people who are able to assist them while we have hurricanes and we have weather that is going to last a long time. For an example, we just had this hurricane that passed. So I'm saying to the Fox Hill people, I need your support. I need your support. We're going to be coming in Fox Hill, campaigning, knocking on doors, and we are asking people who ask about how these programs are going to work. We're getting ready to roll out, Mr. President, by the end of November, our headquarters, and you're able to come at our headquarters and give us your input to help build that community. And we're going to make sure, even with young men in that community, that we're looking for a development program to assist young men who does not have any skills. Also men that have the skills, and everybody in the Fox Hill community will be able to have some kind of work or job. We're going to utilize everyone. So everyone in Fox Hill is going to work. We're going to have a need-based program where that we look at persons who didn't finish school, who don't have the education, but they have skills. So some people are good with their hands, and some people are good with the education skills. And so we are looking at those programs to utilize. I want to say to the Fox Hill people, we're going to come knocking on doors, and we're doing a survey where it's that we are going to take the initiative of your children, the persons in your home, those who are not working, and we're going to find ways to create jobs and avenue for persons to work in the community. We have already started that program. We are knocking on doors now, and we'll be adding that, Mr. President, in the Fox Hill community. And we are looking for more things. We're going to roll out some other stuff in the Fox Hill community. And I want to say also that in these need-based programs for those persons, there are also women in the Fox Hill community who have children, single parents who have children but have no support. And so in the Fox Hill community, we're going to create an avenue in those need-based programs to assist single mothers who don't have any support. Some of their fathers, baby daddies, are either incarcerated. Some of them are on child support, don't have any job. We're going to reach out to those fathers and try to get them to work. Give them work. Yeah, we can't tell them everything. But that's what we're looking forward to do in the Fox Hill community.
All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. That is Mr. Robert Bobby Brown. He is our ratified candidate for Fox Hill. He's a real man, and he is going to win Fox Hill because Fox Hill is tired of the corruption of Fred Mitchell and tired of the corruption of the Free National Movement. And so we want to see change. Thank you so much. Tell him send the next person. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to notice something, and I let it go for a little while so that you can see. All right? I let it go a little while. Do you know that we are on a park? What missing from this park? We are on a park in Dignity Gardens. No light, no bathroom facilities. As a Bahamian, how do we keep accepting this? This is embarrassing as a Bahamian.
I went to beaches and parks a few weeks ago, probably about a month and a half ago now, and I made mention of the lights for this park, and well, because I COI, they're not gonna come and deal with the problem. I mean, it could possibly just be a bulb, but that's how they're gonna, just treat me. So.
A bulb.
It could possibly be just a bulb. I mean, I would just like for them to just come and check it.
Ladies and gentlemen, a whole entire park, no lights.
Well, if I might even add again, the road west of my corner and east of my corner has been paved beautifully, but they didn't pave my corner. I mean, I hope that they're not that petty. Please, I mean, for heaven's sake, don't be that petty. I'm not the only one that's living through that corner. There are other residents through my corner. Please, let's not be petty, okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been joined by Ms. Daphne Johnson, and she is our ratified candidate for the constituency of Fort Charlotte. And she is the one who is going to defeat Sebastian and send him into retirement. Welcome, Ms. Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Leader. Change ain't coming?
Change is here.
Change ain't coming?
Change is here.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Ms. Johnson, how's the campaign going in Fort Charlotte?
The campaign is going, Mr. Leader. The campaign is going. We're knocking on doors. Boots are on the ground. The people are receiving us. Somebody mentioned tonight that the person didn't want to open the door because they weren't sure it was COI or not. But we had a pastor whom we went to the other day, and he and his wife was on the inside, and they said, Miss, I'm telling you now, if your shirt was red or blue, we weren't opening our doors. All right, so people are well receiving us in Fort Charlotte. All right, they're giving out their vouchers and fixing roofs and paving roads and stuff. That's our monies. Okay, you're not doing anything for us. You're not doing anything for us in Fort Charlotte. So the campaign is going. It's going good.
Awesome. And you see that Sabas is giving out $20 gift certificates.
Yes, and I'm actually being told that by the constituents. All right, they're telling us that it is, and I'm telling them he's giving you the voucher and taking it from you all at the same time. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Wow, that's crazy. You have something coming up in short order. What is it in Fort Charlotte?
So on this coming Saturday, November the 8th, Fort Charlotte will be having our cookout and pop-up shop on at the national headquarters. So
that's
tickets,
in Chippingham.
Yes, at the
So
Coalition
it's a
of
fundraising
Independence.
event.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, and we would like to give away 5 tickets, and
Now?
yes, for those 5 tickets, the winners. I want to do a trivia, if it's okay.
Oh yeah.
Real quick.
You take over.
Okay, you're going to see Miss Karen Farrington at the back. Miss Farrington, can you raise your hand? She's going to take your name and numbers, and we'll get you be able to get a free plate of food at our cookout. So the first question, I'll make these questions easy. Who is the Coalition of Independent candidate for marathon? Quick. Trevor Green. All right. Who said that? Okay. Who said Trevor Green? It's Tyrone Green. All right. Winner, please see Miss Farrington for your ticket. Okay. Who's the candidate for Carmichael? You can't forget who the candidate for Carmichael is, right? That's right. Miss Green. Who said Miss Green? All right. Quick.
10 people say me. I know.
Wow. North Eleuthera. Coalition of Independence. Candidate for North Eleuthera. Wonderful. Wonderful.
North Eleuthera is not hasty.
Who's it?
She said
North.
North Eleuthera.
Miss Mitchell?
Miss, you shouting you can't get his ticket. You's a boss.
All right. Okay. And what does the Coalition of Independence logo means? The splash. What does it symbolize? Wonderful. We need one person to answer those so you could get that ticket. Madam Chairman, are they correct on that? The people, the water, and the sun? There you go. She's saying the splash is also a symbolism of the Bahamian flag, so you are correct. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. To my colleague, Mr. Roll. People always saying Brown. Roll. There are a lot of people, I just want to say to you that there are more with you that are against you, okay? People are calling me and they're saying, listen, from Golden Isles, we're rolling with Roll, all right? So all the best to you in your campaign.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you so
Very
much.
welcome.
Thank you.
All right. They can change his hair. They can send another person. That's it? Okay, awesome. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we are here in Golden Isles with our candidate for Golden Isles. I'm opening the phone lines, and I'm also going to open it to persons in the audience who may want to ask questions, as we always do. It can be reference to Golden Isles. It could be reference to our policies, what we want to bring to the country, whatever it is. You might have a question for your candidate, and so we can grab this mic if someone can assist us with that and allow persons to ask questions on on this other mic. So someone come and grab this other mic from me. And so if anyone has any questions for me, for the candidate, it doesn't have to just be on Golden Hours, on whatever policies you want us to talk about at this time. Give me the good mic. I like this mic. Yeah. See, it don't work as hard. I don't have to shout. I don't want them to say we belligerent. All right. So the phone line is open, 803-5995. 803-5995. Someone online, please put that in the text box. 803-5995. You can call us on WhatsApp or on the regular line. And if you are here and you have a question, I'm not going to be able to see you, so someone has to conduct it here because we can't see the audience's lights are so bright. The phone's already ringing. Let's go to the phone lines. Good evening, caller. You're live.
Hello. Good evening, Mr. Bain. Oh my goodness, it's been a long. I've been trying to get hold of you forever.
Yes,
my
you're
name
live.
is D. Lono.
Okay.
I'm on your WhatsApp. I'm so excited to hear from you. I am here in America. I live in America. I've been a citizen, U.S. citizen for since 2001. My daughter and I and everything. She came to college, and her thing is, Mommy, she came in 1987. Mommy, why should I go back home to work for pennies? And she's in the law. She's a professional in the law firm, in the law profession, and doing very well. Had bought her own home and everything. We're settling over here. I've been a citizen the same time, and I do want to come back home. Get a piece of that communist land. We have generation property also, but I like to get a piece of generation property. Might claim my part of generation, which we all got together about that, or have my daughter claim a piece of the communist land. Now, I'm hoping that God willing, and God's grace and His mercy, that the COI would be elected and get into to be the next governor of the Bahamas.
Amen.
Yes, sir. I'm campaigning for you. I am rooting for you. I'm calling my family. I've been calling forever. Everybody, trying to educate them about the COI. You think you see my logos? Vote for COI so you get your fair share of a piece of the pie. Meaning commons, sovereign, credit carbons, whatever it may be. I've been doing that constantly, and I've already got a lot of my family members and friends in the Bahamas, even though I don't live any longer, and I'm talking to them every day, constantly. I'm sending out my message to friends of those and ours, and we really have to have a change in the Bahamas. Change is not coming, change is here, like you said. We need that change because it's been too long. And I always said, okay, we have been having oranges, the PLP, whatever it may be, apples, the F&M, whatever it may be. Now it's time for us to try some grapes or strawberries, some which is the COI. We won't know how sweet they are until we try them. And it's no use anyone saying, well, hey, oh, they're this and they're that, and they're the other. Well, how do you know that? Because they never been in. They never have been elected in government. They have never been a government. So how can we say that until we try them?
Yes.
It's like going back in the day with the F&M, okay, the old UBP, okay, years ago. Okay, they were there. They became the F&M, but they had ruled for so long, and then the PL came in under Prime Minister Pinland, and Samala Button over there, A.D. Hanna. They were good people. So Randall Fox and all those people, they were good people.
Yes,
you named them. Just to name a few. Just to name a few. I don't care what anybody say.
Thank you for your call. I appreciate it. We got to take some more calls and questions here, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir. You go ahead and do your thing. Okay, keep up the good work, okay?
All right.
Love you all. Okay,
right,
take care. Good night.
Yeah. All right, one more call, and I'll get the person here. Caller, you live.
Good evening, Mr. Bain. Good evening, COI supporters. This is Marina Gash from Hooktown, Albuquerque. I hope all is well.
Yes.
It's always a pleasure to listen to you live. And Steve McKinney, the knowledge, the information is very useful to us on the Outer Keys. We look forward to seeing our new representatives on the island and working together in order to help them. In the meantime, please forgive me. This came as short notice for me to reach out and actually get through on a busy line that you guys are tied up with. Hopetown is plagued with many issues, and I'm not going to dwell on the illegal immigrant issue because, yes, that is important and that is an issue. However, what Hopetown needs right now is for Mr. Iram Lewis, as a coalition of independents representative already in the House of Assembly, to please, please, please step out and have our zoning bylaws that we have been trying to get ratified since 2011 tabled in the House of Assembly so we could better control what is happening to our little overdevelopment, lack of infrastructure, uh, needs on this island. We are the leading example of local government, town council, whatever you want to refer it to, in the Bahamas. Please ask him to assist us in this matter moving forward. Once this is done, then everything else can fall into place.
All right. So what to do is give me a call tomorrow, and then I can line it up. We can go over the law that you want tabled, and then we can see the best way to deal with it. Okay?
Thank you,
We got to
Mr.
run to other
Bailey.
callers. All right.
Thank you. I'll let you go, and I will continue to listen.
Thank you. Appreciate it. We got someone here.
Good night, Mr. Bean.
Yes.
Yeah, my question is it's a road traffic question. Let's say somebody go off to school as a doctor or whatever for 8 years, 4 years, 2 years. They have to license their car for every year, even if they didn't drive the car, if they went away or they sick or if the car was in the shop. Every year the car was off the road, you have to pay license for that. Why is that? I mean,
Yeah, that's because they find every way to suck money from you. All right, we're gonna end that practice.
Okay.
All right, that's it's just sickening how they just find every way to get money from us.
Okay.
That's not the way to build a nation. We're gonna fix that problem. Don't worry about it. And also, you're gonna be able to license your car for more than 1 year moving forward. The inspection will still be done by licensed mechanics, the way they do it in the UK. And so you can inspect your car on a yearly basis, which is the small fee. And so we're going to change the way that whole thing works. All right, your driver's license, you can get it for 10 years like your passport, because I don't understand why you have to get it every year.
Okay.
All right, or pay for that every year. You're going to be able to do it, pay for how much ever years you want, up to 10 years, just to make sure you're alive during that period, but just like your passport.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right. Hold the line, you're next. Another question, go ahead.
Okay, good evening. I wanted to ask this question a very long time ago, and so I guess this is my opportunity tonight. The question I want to ask is this, and how will we deal with it, whether we will deal with it the same way or differently. For persons who retired and apply for retirement benefit, they get their benefit, and along with the retirement benefit, they are a widow, meaning that their husband or their wife had died and they were getting survivor's benefit. Would national insurance do in a situation like that? They say that you cannot get both of the benefits, so they would have to take one back and give you the higher paying benefit. I think that is so unfair and unjust, because as for a husband or wife who has passed away, that's an entitlement to that person. That person had already contributed and leave that behind for his or her spouse. And national insurance is now saying to them, oh, you cannot get that, you cannot get double benefit. I would like to know how the coalition would settle that account.
With national insurance, they find every reason to not pay you, every reason to short you, and again, that has to stop. It's only going to stop when you get rid of the PLP and F&M, because they take our national insurance money, they spend it, give it to their own companies to make money, and then they force us to pay it back and increase national insurance because they've robbed our nation, and so we're going to fix that. If you paid your national insurance, if there's two benefits, you should get all two. Whatever you qualify for, you should get that benefit. All right? If you are invalid, you should get your invalid benefit for the rest of your life. When you reach retirement age, if there's some kind of pension that you can get, you should get that for the rest of your life. All right? Because you are paying. They don't cut your pay in half or they don't chop that up in any way. You have to pay that. And so we're going to fix that. All right? These wrongs, we're going to right all of these wrongs. All right? So change is here. Let's just take this last call. It's starting to rain. Now, I'm not afraid of the rain, but we just want to make sure our equipment is safe. Yeah. And so I'm going to take this last caller. Caller, you're live. Go ahead.
Hey, Lincoln.
Yes.
Hey, what's up? Those people in Golden Isles, just tell them to don't let the PLP treat them because he did the Western people, okay?
Yes.
Hey, yeah, we need some changes down here very bad, man. I'm calling for free board.
All right.
Okay, then.
All right. Thank you.
You have a good night.
You too. So I said the last one, but someone else is calling. Let me just get this one. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead, caller.
Hi, good evening, Mr. Bain.
Good evening.
I'm right here watching you live, and I think it's important that we probably try to make some distinction between the two Bryans, if possible, to use Mr. Brian rule, middle initial, rather than saying Brian.
It's too late. The ballots are already being printed, so
I think that's a very important thing a suggestion to look at, the possibility of doing that, especially for the elders in his constituency, and some persons who can't really identify with both of them.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so the registration department called Brian Roll and asked him what he wanted to do, and he told them that Brian T. Roll should be on the ballot. Okay? So Brian T. Roll is going to be on the ballot.
Awesome. Well, you need to publicize that, make the community aware of that, Mr. Bain,
Right.
when you guys have these lives. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. I appreciate your call. But not only will Brian T. Roll be on the ballot, but also our symbol will be there. And so you identify the symbol. So you'll see the symbol of the splash. You're going to see that, and you're going to see the hand symbol for the PLP and the torch symbol for the F&M. So just vote for the splash. Last caller again. Go ahead, caller, you're live.
Identify the symbol, so you'll see the symbol.
Go ahead, caller, you're live.
Good evening, hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Good evening, sir. I am just calling to ask a question. I am a resident. Can you hear me?
Yeah, don't listen to your TV or whatever you're listening from. Listen to the phone.
Good evening.
Turn down your TV if you can.
I am a resident of the Golden Isles constituency. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Man, I didn't get in. Can you hear me? Yes, don't listen.
Just listen to the phone, caller. Move away from the TV if you can. Caller, go ahead.
I am calling as a resident of the Golden Isles constituency. And if I was to vote for you, Mr. Lincoln Bain, for the coalition party, how would it be any different from voting for the or the F&M? What difference can you do for me, community, when I haven't seen the other done already?
That's a very good question. I'm gonna let your candidate answer that first, and then I'll answer that for the general community. Go ahead. She want to know the difference between you, well, the COI and the PLP and FNM, or the difference between you and the other candidates.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thanks for
Yes,
your
thank you for
question.
your question.
Well,
Well,
firstly,
firstly,
I live in the constituency. So I am experiencing. Yes, I live in the constituency, ma'am, and I am experiencing the same ills that everyone is experiencing in our constituency. And I know many have been scarred by the PLP and FNM. Obviously, they have done nothing for our community. But I can assure you, my name, Brian T. Roll, I live here, and I will definitely make a change. My contact is 3765193. And please, I'm a person all about inclusion. And generally, with the Coalition of Independence, we are about empowering our people. And we are about ownership. And those are some things that both of those other two parties have never mentioned. Those two parties are not fighting for the people. The Coalition of Independence is the only party that is here, that is educating the public, and who really wants the people to thrive. We deserve better, and we are going to get better under a COI government. So I just want you to be patient, ma'am. As soon as the COI becomes the next government, you will see some things. Some things will definitely happen.
All right, thank you, Mr. Roll. Madam, you know what is going to happen if you vote for the PLP or FNM. It is what has been happening, which is you're getting hurt every single time. You're complaining every single time. You'll vote for them, and a few months later, you're crying and complaining, this one got to go, that one got to go, because they do nothing for you. If you've been in this constituency, you know that for decades, none of your issues have been resolved. It's simple as that. You still have the same flooding issues. You still have all of the issues that you've been having. So I know one thing. If I keep touching door number 1 and I get shocked every time I touch that knob, and then I touch door number 2 and I get shocked when I touch that knob, at some point I could try door number 3. Now I may get shocked, but I know that I'm going to get shocked if I touch door number 1 or 2. And I keep touching them back and forth. So now you're on door number 1, and you're thinking to go back to door number 2. That shocked you last time. What we need to do is shock the system. They are too complacent. They have been abusing us and getting away with it. They feel that they can do anything and they don't have to answer to nobody. And you need to stand up and shock the system at this time. I can assure you that the COI is going to fight for the Bahamian people. We've been doing that. And this by-election, vote for Brian Rule, because you know that by having us in the House, we're going to keep them in check. We are going to hold their foot to the fire, and we're going to stand up for the issues in your community. You saw what happened when I went to the last by-election in Grand Bahama. I pointed out the issues in those communities and forced the government's hand. When we showed the state of the roads, they came the next day patching the roads. When we showed that there was no light going down on those dark roads, they came a few days later and started putting up lights. I think they didn't take them lights back down now because they was the wrong lights. We showed them the building that took 15 years to build. All of a sudden, they partially opened the building. And so we're going to fight for the community of Golden Isles like we've been fighting for this country. Put him in the House of Assembly, give him the responsibility, and just know everything we have been doing for the Bahamian people, we don't get paid for that, you know. We don't get paid for none of that. Everything your MP does, they're being paid handsomely to do it. We are doing this out of the goodness of our hearts. Not like Brave Davis, who's spending our money and saying that's out of the goodness of his heart. And so if you really want to change and you want our country to work, you have to give change a try. I know that's a long answer, but ma'am, 52 years, no good health care. 52 years, no good electricity, no affordable electricity. You can't afford anything in this country. And now one-bedroom apartment is $1,500 per month. It's time for change. All right? You have any other questions?
One other question I would like to know: when your party do get in as government of the Bahamas, as you were saying, something needs to be done, like the caller before said, something needs to be done with national insurance. It is ludicrous that people work in this country, they work for various sectors in this country, and at the end of their day, they're told from national insurance don't have enough contribution. But yet still I know for a fact, because if you go to national insurance and you speak to some of the persons that work, they will tell you there are persons who have never contributed and they are getting benefits. And it is hurtful to know that you have contributed. It may not be much, but then guess what? You contributed. You cannot get anything. But persons who have never contributed, persons at national insurance would tell you that they are getting benefits. Something needs to be done first and foremost with national insurance. We're talking only about the hospital. Something needs to be done drastically. It needs to be shift, a change in national insurance. Like they are becoming, they are too complacent.
So I want to say this to you, Mom. I agree with you 100%. Our party is the party that exposed all of the scandals and corruption with national insurance. We showed the documents in the papers. We showed that national insurance, in our opinion, is a Ponzi scheme. Because whenever you have an investment where you have to keep getting more and more money from new people in order to pay off the old people, that's a Ponzi scheme. And national insurance is a Ponzi scheme because they suck the money out of national insurance to pay it, to give the money to their companies. For example, Focal. National Insurance gave money to Focal to buy oil to sell to BPL. And guess who's paying for that fuel surcharge? Us. But they took our money in order to buy that in the first place. So we're paying for that twice. And so that's why the fuel surcharge is so high. It has nothing to do with the price of fuel, but you're paying back that loan. All right? The loan, and guess what? Focal got the money from National Insurance to buy the fuel. BPL got a loan from National Insurance to buy the fuel from Focal. So we bought that, they bought it twice. And so that's why it's so expensive. It's a Ponzi scheme. And we're going to fix that. But let me give you some better news. This is the good news, the gospel of the New Bahamas. You won't have to worry about national insurance moving forward because you are going to get a piece of this economy. You are going to benefit from our natural resources and carbon credits. They have kept you ignorant for so long because they didn't want you to know what you was entitled to. But let me tell you something. We have revealed the truth. And you can choose to believe the people who have been lying to you, or you could choose to believe us. Because we are showing you the truth, because we're going to give you what is yours. And so this national insurance conversation, this conversation about minimum wage, that ain't for us. You are about to be empowered like royalty. Because we believe that Bahamians are royalty. And we are going to empower every single Bahamian. Just stand by. There are many who don't believe. But once we become the government and they see, all of them are going to believe. All right? So don't hurt your head about national insurance. It's just a few months more to the general election. Start the movement by voting for Brian T. Rule in the next by-election. And then watch what happens. Thank you for your call, Ma'am.
Thank you, Connie. Have a good evening.
Any other questions here?
One more.
Go ahead.
Good night, everyone. This is Miss Karen Farrington, the candidate for South Beach. And I just want to congratulate Mr. Brian T. Rule. We know that you're going to be there when the bell rings on the 24th. That's your seat. I have your name on it already.
Thank you.
Now, the question, Mr. Bain.
Yes.
It's two questions. What are we going to do for city market workers? They're still, at least, city market workers, they're still waiting on their money from The FNM, the PLP, the FNM, the PLP, they're still waiting on their money. A lot of them have passed away. Some of them, they can't even get national insurance or anything. They're in limbo.
I did a live where I exposed the documents behind all of this. I saw where there's a lot of political involvement in this. You know the Finlaysons and them. They you know their connections, but not just them. Um, uh, you know the people started to sue their lawyer because their lawyer seemed to be benefiting from a building that was being rented, and they should have gotten checks from it. They tried to sue their lawyer. Crazy Thompson was their lawyer's lawyer because it was his father. And Crazy Thompson was kind of interfering with this instead, and he was in government. Instead of helping the people, he was a part of the process, in my opinion, of blocking the whole process. And he's F&M. You know, buildings were sold, and money went to Wayne Monroe, who was the attorney for that situation. And as we tracked the money, we realized that the monies went to Wayne Monroe. And so I called Wayne Monroe, and I told him that Wayne Monroe, I track these funds, and it's showing that the money went to you. And you have money that is supposed to be distributed to the people of City Market. Wayne Monroe said to me, yes, Lincoln, monies was given to, and when I say him, I mean his law firm, was given to him. But he said he can't disperse it to the people, millions of dollars. He can't disperse it to people because he didn't get the instruction on how much to give to each person. So until he get that instruction, he holding on the money. Wayne Monroe had better pray that the COI don't get in, because we can start with him. All right? No, that ain't no commission of inquiry. That's something else. But that's all I can say for now. All right? But that's the conversation I had with him, and he said that because he didn't get the instruction on exactly how much to give to each person, no one getting nothing. But y'all money, some of y'all money is sitting on an account controlled by Wayne Monroe, who's not a minister of national security. I had this conversation with him, and that hurts me. I'm tired of seeing Bahamians suffering in this country, man. And it's always the politicians behind it. And we love these politicians so much, we go there shaking our pom-poms to them, and they just killing us. This can't happen, man. This can't. Next question.
The next question is basically the same thing, but for the CLECO policyholders.
We have to right the wrongs that was done. These people should not have been allowed to leave this country and break off running and go. We have the ability to track them down wherever we are. But of course, because of corruption, they let these people get away. And especially if someone was paying you, I'm not saying that happened there, but if someone was paying you under the table, you can't go after them because then they can expose you. And so these kinds of things happen in our country. But to the people of CLECO, hold on. We're just a few months away. I can't talk everything that we're going to do because then they can know how to hide and switch and do certain things. But to the people who've been paying CLECO, some still paying CLECO, just hold on a little bit longer and vote for change. And you will see, all right, a whole task force just to make sure that your wrong is righted. To the people of City Market, vote for change. Now, you may just love your party more than you love yourself. And if that's what you want, then you keep getting what you've been getting. Vote for change and watch what happens. You think Trump came in from week one and started doing a bunch of things. Watch our week one. We could transform this nation. Everyone going to be saying, finally. You are going to see that change immediately because we are not making money from your suffering. Both the PLP and the FNM is making money from your suffering. They benefit from your suffering. And they want to convince you to vote for them. Oh, vote for Brian Brown because he's been in the constituency. He was there when they raised our VAT to 12%. What did he say? He was there when they stole the building supplies that was donated to the people of Abaco and Grand Bahama. What did he say? Nothing? He was there when monies, hundreds of millions of dollars, was donated to the people of Abaco and Grand Bahama, and they didn't get it. What did he say? Nothing? Did he say anything about any of the major issues that you're dealing with in Golden Isles? Anything about the termite issues in Dignity Gardens? Anything about the flooding in Coral Lakes? Nothing? Nothing about the what is that? The car in the middle of the road, Jesus. Nothing about nothing. Tell him who? Alexander Thompson say what? The big car in the middle of the road. So tell Brian Brown that. And Pickstock. You ain't scared. All right. That's the residents saying they ain't scared. They tired of this foolishness in this community. Well, to the residents of Golden Isles, I want you to vote for change. Let's start this revolution. We've been trotting on this wine press too long. It's time to rebel. It's time for us to own the wine press. It's time for us to put on our shoes and take over the wine press. It's time for us to own the plantation. We are going to take the plantation. My name is Lincoln Bain. I'm a runaway slave. I did not come back to the plantation to help you to escape. I came here to teach you how to take the plantation. We are going to take this plantation and give it to the Bahamian people. The movement has already begun. We're asking the people of Golden Isles to put party aside for a minute, because party ain't been helping you. When Grammy have to go to the hospital, there mightn't be no bed for her. There mightn't be no sheets for her. There ain't no medicine for her. They telling people to bring their own medicine at the hospital. Jesus. They saying bring your own medicine. That's like going to the restaurant, they telling you bring your own food. The hospital is telling you bring your own medicine. And people are voting for that. The PLP and FNM did that to you. I'm going to give you some. Anyone else there, because I can't see?
Yes.
Want to say something?
Yes, I have one question I want to ask.
Go ahead.
I want to ask you, what are you going to do for when a foreigner come in this country and they invest, they come to invest, and the people work for them, and when they leave, they carry all of their money, and they don't even pay national insurance for the people. And they leave nothing for the people. The people, Bahamian people, benefit nothing when they just leave and pick up and go.
Mostly our politicians try to suck money for campaigns from the foreigners, and so they can't enforce anything against them. We get our money from the Bahamian people. We benefit from you. We are only going to owe you. And so that's why they can't enforce anything. Moving forward, they're gonna pay their taxes. They're gonna pay their national insurance. They're gonna do that. If you want to be in this country, you will do that. If you want to go do business in America, you can do that. But guess what? You can pay your taxes, no matter who you are. They will lock up their own senators and congressmen. They lock up Trump. It doesn't matter who you are, and that's the kind of government that we're going to have. An accountable government where it's on your merits and no one is above the law. And I say to all of my candidates, if you think you come in here to rape and rob like the PLP and FNM, Lincoln being gonna lock you up. You got to worry about that. We doing this right. We are here to empower the people, not ourselves. And by extension, by you empowering the people, you're empowering yourself. All of us getting piece of this pie. And this is why we need island states and city government. Because if we had that, the problems that Golden Isles having, they wouldn't have had because they would look out for themselves. All right, and so we go fix some things, Mom. Any other question? Okay, I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you say some final words to your constituents. This ain't the last time we could do this. I think we need to go to another park somewhere in Golden Isles next time. What y'all think? All right, so next week we could be in another park somewhere in Golden Isles. We are gonna make the announcement. Remember our motorcade. We need everyone to come out. Our motorcade is gonna be on the 15th at 12 p.m. We're gonna start from Adelaide Park. All right, we're starting from Adelaide Park and coming down. So make your way to Adelaide, and we can dress up and pretty up our vehicles, and we're gonna let them know that we reach and we tired, and so we want all our supporters to come out. All right, so make sure that you are there on Adelaide Park, ladies and gentlemen, and we are going to block out the streets. Let's scare them. Let's make them know we tired. All right, so join us on that. If you don't want them to see you, put your tints up and keep your glass rolled up, but come out and let them, and you let your car speak for you. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, your man of the hour, the man who is going to represent you in the House of Assembly and speak up for the issues that you are having. Golden Isles, I guarantee you, if you want to see them fix all your problems, you see how when a by-election come in, all of a sudden they come in doing little things. They only scared of, the only thing they're afraid of, they say COI, is political influence. See, they don't worry about activists. They know you can make some noise for a couple hours in the sun, then you're going home. But the only thing they are scared of is if you could change them politically, because they will hold on to that pen so that they could steal and rape and rob. That's why when election come, all of a sudden they suck up to you. They can promise you everything in the world. But let me tell you what's going to happen when Brian Roll wins. All of a sudden they can realize they're vulnerable. They could be all over the Bahamas fixing up things. Finally, because they could realize, hold on, we in trouble. Election in a couple months, and they could be all about fixing up the Bahamas. So Golden Isles, you have a responsibility. They ain't gonna just fix up Golden Isles. They could be everywhere fixing up because they realize, hold on, if it happened in Golden Isles, it could happen anywhere. Let's get some things done. But if you don't vote for change, they can say, okay, we got a couple months left. Just in case we lose, let's rape and rob. Let's give to our cronies because they're giving us half of what we give them. They got to give us peace. If you want to see change, vote for change. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brian T. And T stands for Truman. Brian Truman, and it's spelled with T-R-U-E. Not T-R-U. The real true man of the hour.
Yes. Hello again, Golden Isles. I just want you to know, now is the time. You have to think about yourselves. You have to think about your future. You have to think about your children's future. This election will be the last time that we would have to make a serious change in our country. You have to be on board. Please, you have to take this serious. Gone are the days when you let these people come and swing you. Please don't let that happen. We have a country to save, and I will assure you that I will get it done. Like I said, I live in this community, and I want to work with you. I want you guys to work with me. I'm all about inclusion. Inclusion is the word that I've been using a lot during my speeches. I want you to believe it. I want you to reach out to me. I want you to be a part of the community. I want you to get involved. One of the things that I have done, I have created a Golden Isles WhatsApp group. And I did that for information purposes. And I also did it where I asked persons to put their skills in the group so we could assist each other. If you are a landscaper, plumber, electrician, and if your services is needed, I want us to patronize each other, and I want us to help each other. I want us to really grow to be a real community. Look, this is the kind of things that we need to do. Let's show love. Let's become a real family. And from my understanding, something like this has never been done before. Again, I want to be different. I do not want to be classified as the past and present MPs for their areas, as being invisible. You can't reach them. I don't want to be like that. At the end of the day, I want you guys to say, well, you know what? That Brian Rule, he included us. He asked us for information. He asked us for our ideas. He made sure that we are a part of the solutions. And that's what I want to see. So I don't want anybody to be afraid to reach me. Please, because, oh Lord, I don't want to say you is me and I is you, but we are one. We are one. Okay, so it ain't long now. It's not long now. And to a wider extent, a few months away, when the COY will be the next government. I just need you guys to trust in us, and we will be working for the people.
Yes.
And, sorry? Well, okay, my number again is 376-5193. 376-5193. Please reach out to me. Do not be a stranger. Thank you again. We rolling with roll. Change ain't coming. Change ain't coming. Thank you and good night.
Awesome. Just want you to know that throughout our entire platform, all of the platforms that we are on, about 20,000 people were live watching this at the same time. They've never had a rally in this country with 20,000 people, ever. All right? And so the old weapons ain't gonna work no more. This is the new weapon. And so we're broadcasting in every house surrounding us right now and all across this country. And more people are going to watch this afterwards. And so next week we'll be in another park. Where should we go next week? Let's just randomly. Where are you going to go next week? Coral Harbor Park? Next week we are live in Coral Harbor Park, ladies and gentlemen. Next week Sunday, we want you to join us there. We're going to be live on the park talking to the people. If you want to meet your candidate, you can come out and you can do that. But we're going to do our live from there. And, of course, we're going to continue to touch the ground. We are on the ground every day at 5 p.m. So every day, if you want to join us, please speak to someone tonight. And you can join our WhatsApp group. But every day at 5 p.m. So tomorrow at 5 p.m., we're going to meet on that same park on by the roundabout. So we'll meet at that park for those watching this and want to know where to meet up with us because you're not in our group, so you won't be able to. So we'll meet at the Coral Harbor Park, just on the outside, not in the park itself, because some people don't even know how to get in there. But we'll meet right on Carmichael Road, right by that roundabout by Coral Harbor Park. We're going to meet there, and then we'll go to where we are going to be campaigning, all right? So make sure you meet us there. Our banners are now up all over the community. We ain't playing with them. We're going to continue to put our paraphernalia up, but get ready for our motorcade on the 15th at 12 p.m. You all ready? All right. Well, I am certainly and definitely ready. So we're gonna make that happen. All right. Yeah, and we are not afraid. We are coming to take this. They are terrified of us. They are terrified of us. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm so glad that you were able to be here with us. Continue to be here with us. We're going to change this country one constituency at a time. All right? So thank you. They say they got Brian's song. Y'all cue up Brian's song if y'all have it. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. See you next time.
The only way to change is if we do it ourselves. Let's change the way we feel. No need to be afraid. No need to procrastinate. Changing coming unless we change it ourselves.